have some very serious news right now. Elon Musk is now publicly joking about the possibility of buying MSNBC.
Oh, it gets worse because this week, First Buddy Elanya also met with TikTok's CEO on Don Don's behalf in regards to the upcoming possible ban. I have a little bit of inside information that I can share with you in regards to all of this. Before we get into it, a few key things. First of all, love that this is the official title now, although buddy isn't exactly the B word I would have used. Secondly, this video is brought to you by our phrase of the next 4 years, which is, an FD is a form of authoritarian government characterized by dictatorial power, extreme suppression of political opposition, and often a centralized control of the economy and society. It will always put the state above the individuals in the state, and it was most notable around Europe in the 1930s. And why do I bring this up? Well, suppression of political opposition would be things like trying to buy up every media platform that the people in that country have access to, especially the ones that work the strongest against them. But we'll circle back to that and everything I've heard so far. Before that, I think it's important that I, and honestly all of us, make it extremely clear. TikTok, if you let Elanya or the Orange Nightmare lay a single finger on your company, just like we've all been doing with Twitter and running over to Blue Sky, as you can see, I'm absolutely killing the meme game over there. And I'm actually doing better there than I ever did on Twitter, funny enough. I personally will be more than happy to move full-time to the YT or the Tube universe. Which, as you can see, I've already started giving the shifty things I keep seeing, but I'm sure many people agree with me in this sentiment. Now that we've gotten that message out of the way. Yes, it's true that this week, Elanya met with the CEO of TikTok. And what they're saying is it's because the key deadline for the ban comes up soon. We have that official court date in December 6th where we should hear more. But what they've been claiming is because TikTok makes a ridiculous amount of money, they will continue to just keep throwing money into pushing this further and further down the line. And they claim that they can keep this going for like a number of years before anything finally gets settled. So apparently they're meeting with the next admin, of course, to see how they're going to handle it and how they should proceed or, suss out the waters. Here's the part that's worrying me. We know that Don Don is saying they don't want to ban it now, but he'll say one thing to please you and do another later. And as the current lawsuit stands, the issue is that they want TikTok to sell a certain percentage to an American company in order to keep it. And I think we all know of a certain First Buddy who's recently been making jokes about how he's shopping around to control more sources of media. Do you not see how it makes perfect sense that he would want to gain the trust of the TikTok CEO right now? I sense that this is all part of a larger plan that also falls into the umbrella that he's been making jokes about wanting to buy MSNBC. Because Comcast recently announced that they're putting MSNBC up for sale. Of course, Evil Gritty Jr. here tweeted it to Elanya, and Elanya's like, how much? And this is how they start these things, right? They start these things by making jokes out of them and floating the idea to the public. I mean, if we all recall many years ago, back when Don Don announced that he was running, he did it as a joke. We need to remember that these people always float their ideas at first by as a joke to try and soften it later.